Hello friends, welcome back to Honey Acres Homestead. Thank you for spending this time with me here on the farm. Today is finally a day that we could be outside. We have had 7 straight days of rain or very, very dense fog that then turned into rain, and 0 sun. Well, we might have had sun one day for a whopping 10 minutes, but it's been very gray, very bleak, very gloomy, and above all, very, very wet. The ground has gotten very saturated, and although it's not a problem for us, we get to go inside our house and be warm and dry and cozy. For our animals here on our property, it's a whole different story. They are out in the elements, and it's up to us to keep them dry and healthy in the nasty weather. Now, Eastern Tennessee gets a lot of rain, although rain is obviously a very important thing when it comes to raising crops, and it's nice to be able to, if you can create rain catch systems in order to use it for your animals and your garden. Rain is good, but when it comes in excess like it has been, it creates some problems that can lead to problems for your animals and their health and well-being. So it's up to us to take care of them, and this last week has been somewhat of a challenge. So we actually are very close to being able to begin construction on our barn, and we were very much hoping to have it done before this winter, the nastiest part of the year when we really would need it, but we are still probably 2 to 3 months away from getting that done. We hope to have it done in the near future, but for now our animals are going to have to brave the elements this year where they are at, and we're going to have to do what we can to keep them comfortable this winter. So that being said, I haven't done a farm or homestead update in a very long time, so actually we have a lot less animals than we did the last time I did an update. We have decided to stop raising certain animals and just focus on some select types of animals, and we have some new projects that we've started and made good progress on as well. And I'd like to walk around the property on this very dark wintry day and show you where Honey Acres Homestead is right now and what it looks like this year going into winter.
Billy, that's box 2. So nice, beautiful eggs. So this is 5 eggs.
That's great, bud. We still have chickens, of course. We don't have nearly the amount of chickens we had, and you can, if you've seen the video of like This Is War, where all the chickens were roaming the property, we've gotten rid of most of our chickens, and that is with the intention of starting over with younger hens that will be laying, very strongly for their first year or two, and also it gives us time to get the proper chicken housing and structure done that we are hoping to have. We always will be raising chickens, not just for the eggs but also for the meat, and we hope to with these white chickens that are behind me in this cage particularly. These are our white American breasts, or brisset depending on how you say it, and we intend to utilize them more this next year as we fell behind and did not get to really get that population up and harvest any chicken meat. Well, very little this last year, but this next year we hope to really take advantage of this great bird that we have and build out a chicken kingdom over here to do it properly. So we have a lot less chickens, just a few getting through winter here, but I do have some little chicks that I'm keeping in a building because it is winter time. I'm keeping them nice and sheltered and warm so that they can grow, and we will have those as fresh, newly laying hens come springtime, or well, in about 5 months or so. So that will be nice. Chickens are a very hardy animal. We don't get down to really extreme temperatures here in Eastern Tennessee, but we do have to make sure that their area stays nice and dry. And our children have been bringing in wood chips and hay to put on the ground as water has been running into their area and making it kind of mucky this last week. The children have been helping to make it better in there for the chickens, so I think they're pretty happy. Also, this chicken behind me, right there, these are my favorite types of chickens. They have poofy faces, they have feathery feet, and they actually even have extra toes on their feet. They're just so unique, and I think they're adorable. They're called salmon faverels or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce the names of all these chickens, but isn't it just so cute? They're my favorite. The site that I'm standing on right now is our future barn site, and you can see it looks like it's ready for a barn. We have the cement poured, and all we need to do is build it. This building right here is actually our root cellar / storage room that we also recently built. So we have the cement was poured for both the barn and the root cellar. The root cellar had to be completed first because once the barn is here, it'll be very hard to access that area. So it was dug out of our hill, and then we had the cement poured, and then we hired somebody to build the block because it is 12 feet tall, and Peter and I just didn't think we'd be able to, it just didn't sound like something we should be doing on our own. So we hired someone to build that, and we have just started to put shelves in and move some things into the root cellar that we'll be able to store there. So now that has come along, we can start to seriously look at building this barn. And we have gone through the different we've been juggling around different ideas as far as, should we build it out of block, should we build it out of wood, should we build it out of metal. At this point we're leaning towards getting a metal structure put up, but until it actually starts to be built, that is always flexible. So I hope to be able to show you a barn here, and I really hope to be able to put some animals in it and use this space in the near future, but these things take time, and we just have to be patient and keep plugging along. Now, because we didn't have this barn built by this winter like we had hoped, we did make the tough decision to downsize on some of our goats, especially some that were pregnant and needed to be inside of a barn type setting for this winter. So we did have to make that difficult decision just because of the delay on getting the barn built, but that's all right. We'll be able to recover and get back into those animals if we choose to in the future. But basically the barn opens up a lot of opportunities for us to do things better for our animals and more efficiently and just in an altogether better way. So we look forward to this project being done. So at this point, we have consolidated most of our goats to this area right here. Almost all of these are dairy goats with the exception of these three girls right here, which are some of our last boar goats that we have at the moment. So this area does have this carport that has a wood kind of raised platform for them to stay off the ground, which is really important. So most of our goats now that we have are dairy goats, and this brown breed of goat is actually what we have the very most of, and that is an Oberhasli goat. We also have some Nigerians, and we have all of our dairy goats are bred for babies in April, so we're really excited about that. And then some of these are babies that we're going to grow out for another year before they become mommies of their own. So we have a lot of goats in here, but this area has been working really well for us, and we're thankful to have this cover right here for them, which has been very important lately. So, and of course we have our livestock guardian dog Tansy, who's our Anatolian Shepherd, is in here with her goats, where she absolutely loves to be. So this is our very little apiary. So we had started out in spring with 3 nukes that we put into 3 hives, and we came out this year with mixed results. We were able to get 5.5 gallons from our 3 hives. Well, really from 2 hives, because the first one just never really took off. The queen didn't really start laying, and then they just kind of disappeared. And then actually my strongest hive, a couple weeks after we harvested the honey and I treated them for their fall treatment for these little mites that you need to treat for. Something happened and they left. So we are down to one hive, and I'm hoping that they get through the winter time. But regardless, whether they make it or not, we will be rebuilding and getting more nukes and restarting with more hives in the spring. Our goal is to get around 8 to 10 hives going and manage well. So this is something we're going to continue to pursue, probably forever and always, as honey is a great thing. We love to have it. We love to give it away. We would love to sell it in the future. So we're going to continue to do this. Just raising bees, being a beekeeper is getting more and more difficult with all of the things that I'm sure you've heard about that are going against bees. So we're not going to give up though. We're going to keep plugging along, and we are grateful for the honey that we were able to get this last year. So saving the best and my personal favorite for last, we still have our alpacas. We don't have all of the alpacas. I think we had 7. We had bought 7. We only kept the babies that we had bottle fed, so we only have 3 now, and they're almost full grown, and they're so sweet because we are their mommies. And well, yeah, we're their mommy because we bottle fed them. So they're very approachable. They actually like to get pet and hugged, and we just love them so much. So this is all we have left, are these 3 from our original little herd of alpacas. We also did not keep our Angora goats for that long. We just realized that we didn't need to have another breed of goat to take care of and house separately, and we decided it would just be easier to not raise Angora goats. So what we have left as far as our fiber category for our farm is our alpacas. These guys were sheared in this last spring for the first time, and I do look forward to learning how to spin alpaca fiber and make yarn. I did take a class, and I could talk more about that in the future, but yeah, these guys, I think they might have a permanent home on this farm because we absolutely love them, don't we? Yeah. Thanks again for hanging out with me here on the homestead today. I'm gonna go do a couple things with the last little hours of our precious sunlight that we had today. But thanks for watching this video, and I hope to see you again really soon.